Hi, Aries fairies. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Happy New Year. I will be looking into your 2020 forecast today. And so it's very broad, it's very general. So take whatever applies for you just now. And you sort of can't know if it's right or not. You sort of almost have to look back at 2021. But this is like a heads up. I've asked the guides to just give you the most inspirational, uplifting things, so you won't hear anything bad in this reading. And I focused on love and relationships, abundance, and dreams, like whatever is going to come to manifest for you over 2020. So listen all through it, and here we go. It's going to be big shifts in 2020. I just feel that energetically, overall, I just feel so many people have had so many. Okay, I might say something that really that makes you want to unsubscribe to my channel. I don't know. It's a risk I'm gonna take, but like there's a lot of people being really into Reiki, like Reiki healing. And I myself has actually taken one class of Reiki, and I skipped the second part because I just felt it wasn't for me. It was too much restrictions, it was too much rules and all of that. And that just has not been my cup of tea ever. So I just want to explain. In Reiki, there's symbols. So you can, like, for instance, do a symbol in your hand, you can do a symbol in the air, you can do all these, you can activate these symbols. And nothing wrong with that. However, so does that mean you can't get well if we can't use these symbols? And what are these symbols? To me, those symbols works because, first of all, you believe in them. And second of all, because so many people has focused on the same symbol so many freaking times that actually when you tune into them, that they actually have, like, there's actually some substance to it. However, for me, it's just the repetitive, we just kept repeating it over and over and over, just like you keep repeating something in your life that just eventually gets to be true because you keep repeating it. That's what I feel for like 2020. It's a whole big Reiki symbol, because so many people has focused on 2020 as being the shift, like the major shift of our lives, and just prepare for it. And prepare for it, I don't mean it in like, oh my God, it's going to be bad. It's going to be awesome for those who choose it to be. And preparing for it means you can meditate. You can put yourself in alignment with it. You can listen to awesome music and do it now. We're like just at the end of 2019, just making that shift, that very conscious shift between 2019 and 2020. It can really bring you major changes if you want it to. So first off, you saw me shuffle. So first up, love and relationship. What does the Aries collective have to expect over the year of 2020? And then I pull 3 cards. And the first card out is going to be like the major theme for you. And then we have 2 extra cards just to play with it. So the first card out is, I get the dragonfly. So for some people, that's going to actually mean something, that it's actually the dragonfly coming out. For me, the dragonfly is coming together, like an awesome coming together. Like the dragonfly here is a fly with dragon wings. It's not a dragonfly, it's actually a fly. And you're holding it. So it's not out of reach, you're actually holding it. So for people being committed already, the 2020 year of love, it just looks like you're gonna blend. Whether that means if you already live together, you will come closer, you will blend as a couple, you will come like innately so much closer together. If you're living separately, I feel like this is you sort of moving in together. This is you maybe getting engaged, maybe getting married. It feels like sort of like the next step, like coming together. We're making that next step for us. And with these like beautiful flowers and the growth, it's just a lot of growth in it. So for Aries that maybe have lived single for quite some time, I feel like you're taking now what you've done, what you focus on yourself. And if you look at like love and relationships, like not just the romantic love, I feel like you've done some soul searching, like, or maybe like a lot of us, you've been forced to some soul searching, meaning you have really discovered who your true friends are. You've really discovered maybe how important friends are, that you're not typically like a loner. You sort of want people around you, and then you want your alone time. And it just feels like a mix of both is just the most beautiful thing for you. I'm not saying you don't want a partner. I'm not saying that at all. But Aries could be the kind of person who sort of almost gets by with just having a lot of friends. If you had a good friend for breakfast, if you had a good friend for lunch, if you had a good friend going out shopping with you, if you saw your friends at a happy event, like a New Year's event, all your friends are there and you're just really celebrating with your friends, not being the only one left at midnight kissing nobody, but just really being with your friends. Aries is the type of sign that actually could be without a partner. Like if you go into Taurus is the sort of person that sort of you find a partner next to Taurus. That's just what it is. That's just who they are. Aries is like you need the company. I feel like company is important to you and you're really going to get into that company. But there's something about for Aries that yes, you could go without a partner. But you truly have discovered how important friends are to you because you don't like it being all alone. However, I feel with this, I don't know if it's the planets, the stars, the New Year's, the magic of the shift into 2020. There is a soulmate connection here, and I feel like you are really getting ready for it. I think maybe because you sort of lost hope is too big, but maybe gave up on it a bit. Like, I'm okay. I got my friends. I realize now how important my friends are, but I got them, so I don't need anybody else, if that makes sense. So I feel like with this growth, you're blending now. Look at this. There's so much growth and green and beauty. And so it's just telling me you're coming together with a specific person, both for relationships with friends, relationships with family members, and also with a romantic partner. And for you committed relationships, I just feel like this is you coming even closer together, committing. Maybe you're getting a marriage proposal, like are we gonna have kids, that sort of thing. And so it's on the love front, it looks really, really beautiful. Okay. Yeah, for some people this is the overall, like for 2020, this is the overall. Then we have like the two little sidekicks, and it's like we have the eclipse there. So for some people, I mean, there's going to be 2020 is being called the eclipse season, like the whole year. I'm not heavy into that, so I don't know how true that is. I just know that there's going to be a lot of eclipses, and we're going to start with one eclipse. I think that's, I shouldn't say because I'm not too sure, but I think we end 2019 with a solar eclipse. So that's like the sun. And then the next one out, it's like a moon, which is called lunar eclipse, starting off the next year. But I'm gonna let that be. It's just an eclipse. I know that. And eclipses you tend to feel more. It just intensifies everything even more, and it like heightens everything. And this is with a new moon and an eclipse. It just means that it kicks off, and that's on the 22nd of December. So sorry, 26th of December. And so that's so close to the new year. So it's like it kicks you off. It's like a nudge or a push into 2020. Like, here's new energy and here's an eclipse on top of it. Go. So it's beautiful. But then it's going to be like crazy eclipses in Capricorn, which is Stenbocken, and I'm gonna do the rest to just look out for the eclipses for 2020. There's going to be, it just means overall to me that it's heightened energy. Everything that you sort of are diving into, you're going to feel it. There might be some sort of feeling of in and out, like starting and stopping a project, starting and stopping a relationship, like with friends or with romantic partners and stuff like that. But for you, you're holding a unicorn couple in the palm of your hand here. Do you see that? So she has the longest arm underneath all these flowers. And out of those flowers, look at that. Look at how here you're holding it in your hand. And here again, you're holding it in your hand. So it's like, it's not even out of reach. It's like 2020 is your year. 2020, you have it in your hand. It's no non-negotiable. They are here. Your person is here. If you're already committed, you're having it in your hand. Like if you've been afraid that you're going to end up like single for the rest of your life or something like that, you won't. This is like the evidence of it. So I feel like maybe you've been alone. Like here's a woman and her child, like single with a child. Can also be for a man, obviously, single with a child. And then you sort of cross the river, cross over all these beautiful flowers, and out of those flowers comes this beautiful unicorn couple. And unicorns and peacocks stand for soulmate connections for me. So, and with that eclipse there, it just might mean, don't read too much into it because there's so many eclipses, excuse me, but it might mean that you actually meet this person just before the New Year. So maybe just New Year's Eve, I don't know. It feels really magical around this, but it also feels very down to earth, very grounded, very, there you are. I've been looking for you actually for 20 years. There you are. So it's gorgeous, guys. It really is gorgeous. And then the last card around relationships and love is the owl. I just love the owl. The owl to me is the most wise, non-physical, with the biggest view, like with the biggest outlook, like overview over everything. And so I just feel like this is spirit coming in to say this is divinely orchestrated. This is non-physically meant to be. This is sort of the type of relationship that you plan for. That maybe is a lame metaphor, but like if you plan to go to I don't know, Disney World in like Euro Disney in Paris. Who goes to Euro Disney in Paris? I don't know, maybe a lot of people. Let's say you go to Euro Disney, no, not Euro Disney. Let's say you go to Disneyland in Florida or Disney World in Florida. Okay, so we have a trip to go there, and then on the way there, like the trip to Florida is divinely decided, it's divinely guided. Like you decided before even coming into this earth that you're going to visit Disney World. But on the way there, you decide, maybe we should do like a stop on the way to just look at this wonderful store that you heard about, or take like a little detour to see some waters, whatever it is, like those little tiny things in between. It's like you decided on your own whilst living here on earth that I'm gonna do that, but like Disney World was always decided you were gonna go there. It's sort of a good metaphor because Disney World feels like it has everything. It's play, it's fun, it's the ride, it's the joy, the up and the down, and it's like it's magic. It really is magic. And it's the happiest place on earth, some call it. And if you compare that to your relationships, it's like, yes, I've decided this relationship. Even before coming to this earth, I've decided this relationship. And you're who's in a committed relationship, you feel it. You know if this is your person or not. And if you're single, this person is coming in now. I feel like 2020 is your year, and it's like you maybe have taken some detours on the way there. Maybe you can have like what I feel a couple of soulmates throughout one lifetime. You don't necessarily have to be with just one soulmate. There can be several soulmates that has a true, deep, profound meaning in your life that is supposed to be there for you, in whatever shape or form. And this person comes out as divinely guided and decided before coming here. And maybe you like, oh, I thought that about the last person too. Maybe that was something you just needed in order to steer you into this sort of energy. And I feel like that might be something you didn't like decide before coming here, but this is. And so it's divinely guided in the sense that you decided it before, even before coming. So it looks really, really good for you guys for love. Take that with you, be inspired for it, be excited about it, be expectant about it, and just, you know, have an open heart and just trust. Just trust. I know that's a biggie, but the more you can just play and have fun, like for some people, relationships has never been an issue. And for others, it's been the issue. And so whatever, you know, where you're at, Aries, usually for Aries is more of an issue than non-issue, because Aries is a fire sign. They're very, like, they know who they are. It takes quite the person to deal with the Aries, if you know what I mean. No, I don't mean to offend you in any way. Excuse me. So we move on. We move on to abundance. Abundance, and of course, it has to do a lot with money, maybe work related, maybe career related, but abundance can also come in so many different ways. So let's see what the major card is for you for abundance. Apparently you want two major cards. And then we want two sidekicks. Wow. So there's something you're letting go of. This is all focused on the good. It's all focused on, like, what can you expect, what you can feel coming into 2020. You're letting go of things that just does not serve you anymore. We just move away from maybe people that you worked with in the past that doesn't serve you anymore, maybe companies that you sort of have known maybe in your heart all along that this is not the place where you're supposed to be. This is not where you sort of use the most of your potential and how you sort of can help the most in this world. And so I feel like you're moving away. You're letting go of things that truly does not serve you, for you to then move into things that does serve you and does serve humanity. This is sort of like it's going to sound really harsh, but I don't mean it in that way. Just to understand, this is sort of almost moving out from ego and moving into just complete oneness. To just sort of not focus on the one anymore, but focus on what serves all, what's good for me and all. And it just feels like there's something, like some revelations during 2020. You're going to come across things that you sort of, for some areas, I feel like you sort of were not even in the vicinity of it, like i närheten av det, it's in Swedish, in the vicinity of something like this. I have no idea what it is about. It's a general reading, and it's for an entire year. So take whatever you feel in your heart that maybe you had a wish over your, like in your childhood, maybe not childhood, but over the years to, like, for instance, start nursery somewhere, or even like ett barnhem. What is that called? Like you don't say a shelter, you say, man, I can't think of I probably know the word, I just probably right now don't remember the word. To just have like a place where kids that has lost their parents, kids that sort of they've been given up for adoption, nobody sort of wants them, then you're there with this home, this beautiful home, and make sure it's a good home, it's a good transition home for them to be in, to be nurtured and cared for and loved, and just, you know, it can be that sort of thing. And it's like it's just a pipe dream that you had maybe when you were growing up, and all of a sudden here you are, and you're just a part of this, starting this business around like creating really good homes for kids. It can be something completely different. It can be It can be investing in real estate. It can be like, I just wanted to give you what I felt like was the complete opposite. I just mean that there's nothing that's set in stone. It just feels like, oh my God, here I was like doing this thing for maybe 10 years or the past 5 years or 10 years. And then coming into 2020, I had no idea this was going to take form. You might have had some idea somewhere, or it couldn't take place. Anyway, you're letting go of stuff that does not work for you anymore. And therefore you're letting in what does. And it seems like that it's like a dream of some kind. And you're gonna get rich. Like this is your cup being completely full and overflowing. And I feel for some Aries that's already true. I feel like you really are giving of yourself. You really are overflowing. This is you holding a cup. It's not even like a little cup. It's like a freaking whole. It's like a whole thingy. Do you see how she has to carry it with both hands here? It's really large. It's really big. It covers her whole heart chakra, and it's quite beautiful that it's like set right in front of your heart chakra. So it's like you're giving of your heart, you're giving of yourself to the rest of humanity, to the rest of your family, maybe friends, and in your cup is just really overflowing with this gorgeous rainbow energy. And so it's like aligned. It's not like you give to get validation. It's not like you give from an egotistical place. And so if people are not happy with what they're getting, you're sort of pissed. It's nothing like that at all. It's from a really heartfelt space. And it's rainbow energy is always in alignment. It's always like the perfect, and it seems like your guy or your gal is having some sort of, they're sort of in on it. So it might be a little teamwork here, that you're sort of having some sort of business together or something like that. And you're just overflowing. You're overflowing with kindness. You're overflowing with money. You're overflowing with love. And so you truly, truly are, if you're not already, you're going to be so abundant in 2020. It really is going to turn around for you, for I feel for a lot, or for somebody it already has. You have already started to see the shift for you. You sort of almost don't know where the money came from, or you just all of a sudden were quite abundant. You sort of all of a sudden had money and it wasn't an issue anymore. And then we have the sidekicks here for abundance. This is the same thing. It's almost the same card, but like the two cards within one. And it's like my lizard on the bottom that sort of stands for negativity, and then the top is like positive energy. And we're having so much less of this negative energy and so much more of the positive energy. This is what you're letting go of now. We're really letting go of the negative energy and just stepping into pure abundance. And here we have the troll delivering crystals, like the highest vibration. And you're sort of, this is sort of, do you see how you look here sitting there? It's sort of the same as for the love, where you held the dragonfly. It's like the same. And you're sitting in water, and water to me stands for money and it stands for emotions. So it's like you really are on your way to a really awesome place. And then we have like the angels, the divine energy there again, just looking over everything. Like you're being nurtured, you're being tended to, you're being cared for. And then I feel abundance, yes, abundance is a lot about money and work and stuff like that. But here comes, I want to say, spirituality in abundance. It's like you're going to be abundant in spirituality, because this intuition card, it just speaks to me. It doesn't like convert into anything abundantly, like when it comes to money or anything like that. It could be that you just have your nose, you're sort of sniffing it out, like what works, and therefore like you just see an idea and jump on it, and therefore it's going to bring even more abundance. So that could be one thing, that you're sort of like, I see an opportunity and I take it. You sniff it out. Your intuition is so highly, like it's going to be so elevated. And so during 2020, you might just sniff out a lot of good opportunities. But for the most part, I feel like you're really going to elevate yourself in this like rounds of spirituality. You're just really going to step up and step into, like, call it the next dimension, call it into a new frequency, call it whatever you will that suits your language, that doesn't sort of freak you out and doesn't get it to be so weird. And so, like, it's just the next level, the true next level, what you would consider to be the next level. You're going to go there during 2020. I feel like this as well, you started to go there. You've just touched it. You've just reached into it and opened up so much more for it, and just really feel like, I can do this too. I can go there. I can move up the scale. I can go to the next level. And that's what you're doing, Aries. You really are going to start to feel so much more insights and get the information, get the, like, why can I feel? Yes, you can. You can feel the signals. You can see the signs. I feel like 2020 Aries is going to be a marvelous year for you. So far, so good with love and relationships and abundance, okay? And then we have dreams. And when I say dreams, I mean, that's a broad topic. Dreams for me is like visions you've had, things you focused on that you want to manifest, ideas you have that you want to see to come to fruition, things you want. So let's see what you're going to manifest in 2020. So the first card over, oh my God. Can I just show you first? I call this topic dreams. Here's the dreams. The first card out is like, I can't say one dream. I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major things. I don't even know if you know what these are. 5 major things that you've been wanting, planning for, wishing for. Like, it's a green light, it's a go. It's like you're traveling forward, and you just have, I mean, this is the spirit animals are with you on this card, and I just feel like they are. The spirit animals are really, really with you. And if you don't know what they are and like who they are to you, you might want to sit in meditation and just find out who they are to you. This is like five major. So one thing might be a romantic relationship. The other might be that you just finally get flow in your abundance. Like, you finally get money. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to wonder where they're going to come from, anything like that. It just comes. That could be the second thing. The third thing could be you're just having this like I talked about, what is that called? Barnhem. Children's home. That sort of thing you've been wanting to manifest like for forever, and all of a sudden it's here. Those could be 3 out of the 5 things. I'm just trying to help you here to get your like fantasy going and get your dreams going, the stuff that you've been visualizing about. Maybe you instantaneously know what I'm talking about. You maybe just, yeah, you don't have to say it. I know. I know what I want. I know the major parts of my life. I know what those are, and I want to see them come to fruition. So what I'm seeing here is that you have five major manifestations over the course of 2020, and 2 is like oh man, where are the words when I need them? So in Swedish I would say you start a company, and then it's like a sub company. So here we would say dotterbolag. We have like a major company started, and then out of those companies comes like underneath it, like off of that huge company came this little one, this baby one. I don't know what it's called, sorry. But it's like out of this dream, literally, maybe, just as a metaphor, you meet somebody, a romantic partner, you meet somebody, and out of that relationship comes a baby, right? A baby for somebody might be one of those 5 things. I'm not trying to like bringing them down. I'm just saying as a beautiful consequence that you just you didn't think about it at this point in your life. And if you're past that whatsoever, then that's not your, I'm just trying to like give you a metaphor. As a result of this thing that manifests came this thing as well. And that has also been on your list, like in your thoughts, or like that's something you wanted and you just, oh my God, I forgot I even wanted that thing. And here it is. Okay, 5 major things and 2 underneath those. And if that is like 5, it's 365 days, and you're talking about 5, maybe 7. I'm talking 5 life-changing things you've been wanting, things you really have been planning for, looking for, wanting to manifest. Here they are. During 2025 plus 2 things are gonna happen. I call that a good return. Here's dreams. This card often comes when there's a relationship that you're thinking about, a relationship you want to come in, and you start to see the evidence of it. You see the parts of it in your dream state. And this is the same thing. This is the dreams. I mean, so pay attention, guys, to what you're dreaming about. Pay attention to what signals you get in your awake state, like in your sort of when you maybe go away a bit and you're sort of daydreaming, but also in your dream state. Maybe put like a little notepad and pen next to your bed, so if you wake up and you get like, you have no idea why that comes to you, just write it down. And that starts to sort of give you more and more and more hints and insights about what's coming your way. And so that you will be even more in alignment with the things that you want. So this card, the dream card, when it comes out, it truly shows that something really, really is so close to manifest in your life. You might just skip, like move over to 2020 and there it was, or not even finishing up 2019. Because look at this. Like, good fortune invite magic in. That's what it says. This is your dreams. This is it. Like, this is, you are the dream, Aries. And I call you my airy fairies. Like, it's not airy fairy to me. It's Aries and it's fairies. So airy fairies, this is like, you are a fairy and you have the whole rainbow coming like piercing through you. So it means that just during 2020, you're gonna feel like you are in good fortune. You're gonna feel like magic is coming in. You really are gonna manifest things that you want. It's not gonna be yet another year and you're sort of disappointed and it was just trials and tribulations, or you were just discouraged because you thought it really was gonna happen now and then it didn't. 2020 is really your year, I feel. It's the start of something truly, truly beautiful. Ah, I'm so happy. You're my first reading and I'm really, really happy it turned out this way. Imagine if I wanted to deliver something really good and it's like, oh, it's all crap. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. So many blessings to Aries. I'm so happy that I started this channel and I just, I reached 1,000 this year and that was my goal. And let's see what happens next year. And I'm going to stick around for a while and see where it takes me and see where it takes us, and have a beautiful, happy new year. And I'm wishing so many blessings to you for your 2020. Take care out there, guys. Thank you for your support. Bye.